tonight.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, sort of like riding a bike, but you forget how gnarly Chopo is, and it's hard, you know, you got to just jump back on the horse out here. We didn't get time for any big waves this week, and all of a sudden you jump right into it. So it's good not to have the first heat. You get to see a couple guys do the rights and the wrongs and see what happens. And you saw that heat before mine was pretty exciting with Seth and Emeo. It's like two guys you don't want in the heat out here. And I think Emeo was probably the favorite, you know, just considering where we're at and stuff. But Seth's the kind of guy who just won't sit down and give anybody room. And it was really good to see that heat and see him come back like that. But I wanted both of them to win, but see him later. But that was a cool heat, and it really got me psyched for mine. And I won't say it started out slow, but I definitely built. Each wave was kind of bigger and better, and until I maxed out on that 9, and then I had a no-hander after that was pretty clean. But I think I had 4 waves or 5 waves, and kind of most of my scores were kind of building until the end. Fun. It's in some intense waves out there. You got to be ready. I'm just trying to match my age with 9-point rides. We'll see. No, I don't have anything to prove here. I mean, you do when you put the vest on and you paddle out. You need to feel like you have something to prove, especially in waves like this. And I think in this environment with these guys, to do the respect of having wild card spots, I think you need to go out there with something to prove. And but I also am going out there trying to be relaxed and really in the moment, and not think too much about how the heat's going to go or what might happen or any of that. So when you're not in the environment of competition all the time, it's not easy to stay in that mindset. I felt like I kind of locked back in that heat, and I started to do a little math in my head and figure out my positions. And there's always those hypotheticals that as a competitor you need to work out, like, okay, what if he gets a 10? Because he paddled for that one big giant one, his first one he sent it on, and I'm like, well, that could be a 10, so then I'm on my back foot. And a heat out here can flip that quick. You can have a couple 8s, and then all of a sudden, the other guy can be an advantage in the heat, just needing like a 6. So it's that's why heats out here are so exciting and so challenging. And you got to sort of decide if you're going to really push for the highest numbers, or if you're going to try and consolidate a nice size heat. You know, like a lot of people say, build a house. I just like to see guys just go out and send it and see what they can do. But yeah, I didn't have any falls. He had a couple of big wipeouts, and we talked about it afterwards. I said to him, I'm like, you definitely had a couple waves, but win the heat. He goes, yeah, I had them, but they were just so gnarly to look at and know where to take his line. Anyways, super exciting. I'm trying to come down off the adrenaline right now.
Wait.
Well, I got the family here. I got my 2 youngest, and my daughter's back in Florida, and she was watching, I think. So, also I in 2 years, so you're just getting back and feeling that old energy from everybody, that old welcoming from all the people around here. Like I just keep getting surprised. I'm at dinner, or I'm walking down the street, or I'm driving my car, and so, hey, Kelly, and it's really nice when you come into an environment like that, and people remember you and give you high fives and hugs. So it's been great so far.